Hi, YouTube. I hope you're doing well. I know some of my friends miss me, so I thought I'd get on here and just say hello and let you know that, well, like for instance, I used to get up at 4:30 in the morning a lot, or I'd work a lot of nights, and so when I can rest, and I would do like manual labor, like drywall and working on ranches and baling hay, throwing hay up on the buck wagon or feeding hay off of it, all kinds of difficult things, working in body shops and stuff. So when I rest, I need my rest. And basically, kind of that's what I've been doing. Like, I got up this morning at 6 o'clock. I've been trying to feed my kitty through the night because she only eats little bits at a time, but this morning she didn't want any. But then my dog had to go out, and so by that time I was still tired. I had only had like 6 hours of sleep I could have used, and it was restless because my cat had jumped up to sleep with me. And if she's like on her last days, I don't want to really not let her. But so anyway, so it's hard sleeping with somebody that is not feeling well, and then you have to be extra careful, that type of thing. So that was hard. So I wasn't really sleeping sound or anything like that. So, but I did lay back down and I kind of rested. I didn't get a lot of sleep, but then I had the news on too at 6, and they were talking yesterday and today their impeachment baloney and whatnot. So yeah, not a whole lot going on. Only I want to say thank you to my friends that do put out extra information or videos or whatever they can, and it helps me out or other people out too. Thank you, thank you. You're very much appreciated, big time. So, um, yeah. Oh, I made a couple of really big huge meat pies, like giant pot pies, and the other day, and we couldn't even eat all of it. So I put the biggest one, in the freezer. I'll just take it out and warm it up someday. And yesterday I made cheeseburgers with onions and pickles and mustard, but I had to make my own ketchup because we didn't have any. And I was craving a cheeseburger, so and we're snowed in. So, yeah. Um, Doug went out today and he got the car stuck, but we got like another foot of snow. So, but we have warm temperatures coming up that is going to melt everything. So, that's good, you know. But yeah, so life has been a little. Oh, and then I made peanut butter bars the day before, and I try to cut down on fat and sugar. It's like even the cheese I use is low fat, low sodium. So, like I try to watch everything, you know, for us. Um, so I did the same with the peanut butter bars I made. I didn't really use a recipe, I just kind of threw things together, but I didn't really make them sweet enough. So yesterday I made a peanut butter caramel sauce and put that on top, and yeah, they're pretty good. So they were good enough the first time, but um, just wanted to make them a little bit better. So yeah, somebody mentioned, and I've said before, well, you, how do you stay looking so young? Not every day. I can't. And if you see me up close, seeing all the scars I got wrinkles, of course, that's what happens, and I would never worry about fixing nothing like that because I want to be me all my life and not be fake. So yeah. So that's what's going on. Got Ghost Whisperer on. I've seen them over and over again. I wish they'd put Charmed back on, the new one. I just couldn't get into it, but I like the old one. And let's see what else. Oh, they had a movie or a show, a series, a little series called Legend of the Seeker. I wish they would make more of that one, but I don't get Channel 2 here, which would be like my English programs or Scottish or Irish or whatever, but I like um, Doc Martin and Keeping Up Appearances. I'm watching an old black and white. If you know who Hyacinth is, she's the star of the show of Keeping Up Appearances. And another good comedy is Last of the Summer Wine. That's really good. So that's where I get this. That's Campo. His name's William um, something something like compens. I don't know. But anyway, they call him Campo, like compost almost. He's kind of a little ratty guy, but when he dresses up, he's like really sharp looking, But yeah, just a bunch of old people like me getting out there, well, older than me, but getting out there and doing silly things, trying to be young again. Well, I do silly things because I enjoy certain things that I don't want to stop doing, so that keeps me active. So, but I've been too busy to be active, like for myself. So mostly caring like literally every couple hours for my kitty. So through the day and whatnot. Now I've been taking, she likes powdered milk mixed in tuna fish that's been in water. So if I put it in the water like that, warm up some water on the stove, and then I put the powdered milk in it and add that to her tuna fish. She's been drinking that, and she's not even a milk drinker. So Doug's cat, Bob, is, but Sheba doesn't really like it that much. But she liked it. This morning I thought, well, I'll try something different because I've tried like just regular milk and 1% and different things. And I drink whole milk myself, so um, and I burn it off. If I don't, well, then I watch what I eat. So like I know if I've had too much sugar or too much fat or whatever, or if I need vegetables or fruits, or I just listen to my body. It's like, well, that type of thing. So I had my other guitar. I don't know if you can see it. Um, Not that one. I've got four of them, but that one behind that TV over there is in the middle of being fixed. And so I've got some wood filler I'm going to put in it, and then some tape because it literally was falling apart from old age. Boy, I know that feeling. I've always said if I didn't keep my muscles strong, I wouldn't even be walking. So that's so important. Oh, yeah, I just reflecting on friends that have helped, whether it's listening to the Word of God or if they have good advice or sing a little song or yeah, thanks Robert. Good playing on your ukulele. I always wanted to try. Well, I've tried it, but I've never really actually tried to master it. I've tried like a lot of. I mastered like the flute and drums, which was pretty easy. If you've got timing, you can pretty much, all the percussion stuff and, xylophones and all the way from all the wind instruments to, uh, what do you call them? The brass and everything. Oboes, piccolos, harmonica. I play harmonica. little bit of piano or organ or whatever. I just love all kinds of music and instruments, but that's something that Robbins Hood touched on, talking about fasting from music so you don't like get stuff stuck in your head, and you wonder why you get a tune stuck in your head. Well, that's not your thought, it's of course put there to drive you a little insane or try to, whatever, you know, try as they like. But after I had had my stroke, I didn't even want to listen to music, which was really weird for me because I grew up like, had to know all the up and coming artists and, who played what and what songs they had and blah, blah, that type of thing. So for me not to want to listen for several years, um, I practically had to plead to God to make me want to listen to music again, to bring a little bit of enjoyment back into my life. But there's still days like when Coldplay came out with their new album, I listened to snippets of the songs, and then I'd wait like a week and listen to the whole song. And I never actually have yet. I've listened to the concert of the album, with all the songs in it, but I have never now still, and it's been like 3 months, sat down and listened to the whole album yet. So it just, I don't listen to music or even play it as much as I used to. So, and that might be a good thing because reflecting on my thoughts, if they don't get too out of whack, you know, if they're not mine, well, then I give them a kick. So, but, yeah. So, like I say, just snowed in, and that's kind of typical for us. Usually Doug would be out plowing or whatever, but our one plow truck broke down, so we started using the tractor. And a lot of times it's just not too bad where we could even use the car just making tracks and then shovel up to where the tracks are and whatever. But this year's been a little different with him getting injured and all that. So yeah, and then the hydraulics stuck on our tractor and the bucket stuck up, and like a lot of people I know for real, but he has to have a piece. Um, we ordered from a Tractor Supply, a guy that does. I mean, if he doesn't have it, or can't get it, you probably won't find it. And the tractor's in 1948, so to be able to keep it going for that long. But it's a workhorse. It's a good old tractor. So, but anyway, so when the bucket goes down, that won't be a big deal. Can shovel all the snow out of the way, pile it up, and then he back blades it kind of going backwards with the bucket down flat and smooths everything out. So, um, but it's supposed to be like 38 degrees maybe tomorrow, and but a little more rain and snow mix coming up. So I don't know. It's kind of cool though. I was born in 58 and I've seen on my birthday, February 15th, I've seen it 58 degrees on my birthday so many times. Like it'll be sub zero or even not even 30 degrees, um, which is still, well, that's 2 degrees below zero, or I mean freezing. And then all of a sudden, just like that day, it's just warm and the air is warm and it's just really nice. So, yeah. So, been busy on Facebook. I mean, um, there's some people over there. I guess I could say, in a manner of speaking, I'm torturing them because they deserve it. Not to be mean, but okay. Um, like I had a adopted cousin that I told her dad was cheating and she was going to kick me. That's her mindset, that's the type of person she is. Tell her something, she wants to like beat your ass. Well, whatever. But she knew better. I said, you don't want to do that. I told her. She was like 17 and I was like 15. I'm like, I looked at her like, you don't even want to do that. I know my aunt Doreen would have been really surprised, but I was waiting for her to kick me and then I was going to slap her, you know. Because, I mean, these are people that have been so cruel to me. I mean, the most cruel thing they can do, and really they still do it, is ignore me. It's like, I always said being adopted, I like this saying, is like bringing a store bought cake to a family gathering when everybody else has homemade ones. So, and I have this woman wanting me to read her book, and I know she's an adopted mother. She won't just come right out and say it because she knows how I feel about adoption. And I know other orphans that feel the same way. We would have rather been together than been alone in strangers' houses where they could do anything to us. And I'm just telling you like it is. If that's not your blood, you're not going to really know when they're cold or, just by looking at them. 9 times out of 10, there might be a few people or people that are trained in nursing or that type or childcare that are aware of things, and I'm sure they have love in their heart. It's like I do for everybody in the world, but I'm telling you what, there still is a connection of blood with a blood mother and a blood child that I love my stepdaughter. Um, Everything I can give her, I will give her anytime, even though, like, I plan on not being with her dad in the future. Doesn't matter. I committed myself to that child 30 years ago, so that in my heart, she's my stepdaughter. But she's not my blood. I'm sure her mother can look at her and know, well, mm, we know her, but I mean, still, um, mothers have more of a natural instinct and insight for their own children, whether they um, pick up on it or if they're not doing drugs or getting drunk or whatever they're doing. You know, um, Typically they're more attentive to their children than even a step parent is. I would say that's my personal opinion. I'm sticking with it. So I don't know. So, well, that's probably about it tonight. I really, this was really hard to make. I wanted to get on here and because I do love everybody. I've had some really great people standing by my side when they know I'm going through tough times or watching them go through tough times and still extend their time for other people. You rock. Thank you. Really. So that's what I'm doing too. I'm with you and I care. So, well, peace and love from Pine City, Minnesota, USA. Have a good night or day wherever you're at. It's about probably 7 o'clock or so in my neck of the woods, PM. So, all right, everybody. Peace. Have a good night.